G'day, if you've ever wanted a free soil test analysis, this video is for you. On our website at the moment, we have a free way for you to get a free analysis of your soil test. And today in this video, we'll be going over how to do that on our website, and then we'll have another video on how to actually read the soil test with our format. So the first thing you want to do is head over to our website at agresol.com.au. You'll see here, it's just a landing page. We specialize in helping farmers transition to regenerative agriculture. Anyway, so if you scroll down, we have our free tools for farmers. We have our free soil health, soil test analysis, as well as our free sap test analysis. All you want to do is click get started and you'll land here. Now the other way to access this is if you go onto the services tab and you scroll down to free soil test analysis. And what you'll get here is basically a Google form which connects to a Google Sheet that I've set up. You'll enter in all your information there. It'll automatically upload into the Google Sheet, process all the information, put it into our template, and then it'll email you that soil test. And so for this example, we'll be using the EAL demonstration soil test, or their example report that they put out. And so the EAL soil test is what we use. So we use their Albrecht soil test. And typically what we'll do is we'll either use the Albrecht, their standard Albrecht soil test, or we'll use the Albrecht soil test plus totals. And the totals is really, really important, especially when we're working with a farmer for the first time. And you'll see why later on, either in this video or the next video, as how it can really help us determine some of the some management practices on our farm. So if you do want a Albrecht style soil test with totals, or with or without totals, you can get in contact with us. We can take it for you, help you analyze it, come up with nutritional, microbial, and cover crop programs for you through our consulting service. But anyways, what you got to do now is put in your information. So I'll quickly do that now and run through the different components of the test. So as you can see here, there's room for the crop that's going in, your sample ID, paddock number, as well as sampling date, back paddock, classic farm name, sampling date today. Now for a lot of these, you actually don't need to fill in the spot. All you've got to do is your email, so we know where to send it, your name, and the effective cation exchange capacity. So that's very important because, as you'll see on the EAL guidelines, which is what we base our guidelines on, there's different guidelines for different soil types. So you have our sands, light soils, medium soils, and heavy soils. So heavy clays, lighter clays, whatnot. Guidelines will change depending on the amount of clay in your soil, which we use our CEC, or cation exchange capacity, for that. Now it's important that you have effective or total cation exchange capacity, because that's different to sometimes just CEC. It tells you the whole capacity of the clay. So it's important you put that down. So this test will also work with any other CEC type soil test. So as long as you have a CEC on your soil test, you can use this. Even if you don't, you could probably put in an estimate for your soil and then type in the other components of your soil test. Now you notice this is taking a while. If you have a lot of soil tests that you want analysed, what you can do is you can sign up to be a client of ours. We use the back end of this, so the actual spreadsheet. We can just copy and paste the actual data in, so it's a lot faster. This is a good way that we found that we can provide access to everyone without giving away our secret formulas, which took me many days to make. Now again, if you're only interested in one or two minerals or components of your soil test, you can simply just put those in. You don't have to fill out the whole form. So we've made it for that, so that everything still should work. All right, and finally our totals. Now I highly recommend getting totals done for your first soil test, or with your first lot of soil tests. It gives you a really good idea as to what is in all of your soil. So we'll talk about that in the next video, where what this actually means, but it's a really great thing that gives you insight into what's actually in your soil and what capacity you can do to improve, I guess, your the valuable component of your soil test. Now, I would recommend if on the soil test there's a less than a certain threshold, so say for down here we have molybdenum where it's less than 0.2, I would suggest putting in just 0.2. That way it probably gives you a better understanding of what to do in terms of your fertiliser management, and it's not going to overestimate applications, which can sometimes be worse than underestimating them. So there we go. So that will now have submitted into the Google Forms and then into our Google Sheets. In a few seconds, we'll have the form in your inbox. And then now we have our beautiful form. It's all color coordinated, so you can see what's high, low, and ideal. And in the next video, we'll be going over exactly how to read this, what I look out for as a consultant, and what things we can do. Now, if you go down here, we have our nutritional recommendations. This gives you a good idea as to how much you need to apply and how much each of those items cost. Now, spending almost $1,000 on a nutritional program is pretty crazy. And this is one of the ways that we can help farmers and our clients, is that you might not spend this all in 1 year, but over 5 to 10 years, you might not need to apply as much. And we have a bit of an estimate here as to how much we can reduce the inputs by. And some minerals are available from the tables. And we'll go into what this means in the next video. Awesome. Well, I hope you found that helpful. Again, it's completely free. You can just go to our website and check it out. My name's Till Simmons from Agresol. Thanks for watching. Cheers.